Alright guys, in this video you might notice that I look a little different. That's right, I'm getting some help from a new co-host and I think you're gonna like her. Take a look.
Before Jack Harlow would team up with Post Malone, DaBaby, and Saweetie for an infectious remake to the summer hit,
Tap, tap, tap in.
before Jack Harlow would almost cost the Los Angeles Clippers their shot at the 2020 championship by inadvertently blowing up Lou Will's hankering for magical strip club wings with one picture, before Jack Harlow would reward two teachers who created a viral video out of his What's Poppin' song with two $2,000 gift cards to spend on whatever they want, Kentucky may be better known for its bourbon and finger-licking good fried chicken than it is its hip-hop scene, but that won't always be the case if Jack Harlow has anything to say about it. This 21-year-old rapper has been a hip-hop junkie for as long as he can remember, and his mom fed him a classic diet of hits from the likes of Outkast, A Tribe Called Quest, and of course, Eminem.
Too smooth like I'm undercover. I take it, girl, undercover. Too smooth, ain't no light brother. Don't disrespect my white brother. Oh, I got an Eminem shirt on.
By the age of 12, Jack was inspired to begin recording songs in his bedroom and uploaded his tracks to SoundCloud to share with his friends. By the time he was in high school, he had created such a buzz around the city that he was selling out popular venues in Louisville, like the Mercury Ballroom. Since then, Jack has made a name for himself through his hypnotizing melodic beats, his smooth drawl, and boundless determination to be the very best rapper of all time. What's going on, guys and girls? It's your girl Azalea Hart, back at it again with an updated look at the come up of Jack Harlow. We first took a look at Jack's story about a year ago now, but with his recent induction into XXL's freshman class of 2020, we thought we'd go back and update his story accordingly. If you enjoy this video, be sure to check out the ones we've made on the other inductees like Mulatto, Lil TJ, and Fivio Foreign. Don't forget to follow us at Before They Were Famous over on Instagram to vote on what we do next. Alright, let's get into this story.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
Jackman Thomas Harlow was born on March 13, 1998 in Louisville, Kentucky, but his introduction to music came long before he was even born. You see, his mom, Maggie, she used to play a whole ton of Eminem for him while he was still in her womb.
What's crazy is my mom put me on to rap. She's a big rap fan. When she was in the 90s, she used to go to Public Enemy concerts and stuff like that. So my mom, she's a pretty cool lady. And she likes rap a lot, so she was the one that kind of put me on to rap music. So she likes it. She thinks it's cute or whatever.
His parents ran two successful businesses. One was a Signorama, where Jack would eventually work for a short period of time, and the other was called Transworld Business Advisor. But when they weren't busy working, they were listening to music with Jack and his younger brother, Clay. His dad was a big fan of country music, and his mom, well, you already know, she was all about that rap. When the kids were still quite young, the Harlow family moved from the countryside of Shelbyville into Louisville so that the boys could be closer to children their own age. As a young kid, school wasn't always the easiest for Jack. He had to wear an eye patch over his right eye in an attempt to make his left lazy eye stronger. Of course, sporting an eye patch at that age had all the other kids calling him a nerd, so in response, Jack learned all the words to Weird Al Yankovic's White and Nerdy. Whenever he would perform it, he would turn bullies into friends. Unfortunately, the eye patch never worked out the way it was supposed to, and Jack eventually had to switch over to glasses to help deal with his issue. By the time he was 10, Jack was asking his mom if he could listen to her rap records with explicit lyrics. She agreed, and within 2 years, Jack had already made up his mind to become a rapper.
11 or 12, my mom had an extensive CD collection sitting around the house, and she grew up going to concerts and listening to hip hop. So my mom was a big reason for it, but also, I was born into the era that hip hop was kind of the most popular genre already. They say that officially happened like last year or the year before, but really 10 years ago when I'm in middle school, like that's all kids want to listen to. Like that was the flyest shit out. And so for me, that was the flyest way to express myself. I just thought it was tight. And when I would listen to it, I would be like, ooh, I feel confident in myself. So I was like, I want to make something.
Knowing that her son was serious about his decision, Maggie encouraged him to begin practicing. Having just read the book Outliers, she was a firm believer in the secret to greatness is 10,000 hours of practice. If Jack started practicing 4 or 5 hours every day, he'd get to the amount by the time he was 18, so Jack got to work. In 6th grade, he repurposed his microphone from the Guitar Hero video game and plugged it into his laptop to record his very first rhymes. Working alongside a friend of his named Copeland Garvey, they recorded a project called Rippin' and Rappin'. Once it was finished, they burned 40 copies to CDs and then sold them at Highland Middle School. By the next year, he had a professional microphone and started going by the moniker Mr. Harlow. His next mixtape was a solo affair called Extra Credit. He gave away 100 copies for free in 7th grade, and he told Louisville.com, "Kids were wanting them as soon as I got it in the damn door. They were like, it's kind of ass and his voice is high-pitched because his balls haven't dropped, but dude actually made a mixtape." Jack spent all his free time in his room writing more and more lyrics and making beats. His parents' bedroom wall would vibrate all night long as he worked, and his mom treated it like her own personal lullaby because it was the soundtrack of her son at work. But despite how much effort he was putting in, Jack knew from an early point in his journey that some people were never going to be able to see past the fact that he's a white kid with glasses. He told Louisville.com, "I'm always going to look a certain way and can use that to my advantage, but I don't want it to become a crutch or a gimmick. I just want it to be, he makes good music." Jack declined to be on an MTV reality show about up-and-coming rappers because according to him, that's not how he wanted to make it in the industry. But all of his hard work was taking its toll on his school life. Music has become an obsession for him and school had completely fallen by the wayside. He was even falling asleep in classes as he attended Atherton High School. During his freshman year, his YouTube videos began drawing the attention of the major labels, but Jack chose not to pursue any of the deals offered to him at that time. Then, in November of his junior year, he dropped Finally Handsome.
Finally Handsome is coming out late October. Still getting the cover already and everything, and I think it's just like where I've reached this point. It's called Finally Handsome because like I feel like it's more of a metaphor. I mean, I'm not doubting my handsomeness, but it's more of a metaphor for like I feel like I've reached this like level of adolescence where I'm getting more comfortable with what I'm doing.
As his friends packed their bags to go to college, Jack began working at his parents' Sinorama business during the day while dedicating all his spare time to his music. He released 18 shortly after completing high school, which was the first album he released on his own label called Private Garden. Over the course of the next year, Jack would pack up his bags and move to Atlanta for recording sessions. While there, he would work at the Georgia State cafeteria to supplement his own income.
Georgia State in the kitchen. So me and my man Urban, we were in the cafeteria for a little bit, like.
What's your specialty?
Putting in hours. No, I wasn't on some culinary. I was just getting in where I fitted. I was just we were taking stuff to the different. We were stocking shelves and stuff. So
that's dope, man.
We were honestly, Atlanta's been cool. That's my best memory of it. We spent a month at Georgia State, and I ain't even gonna say humbling. It was just nostalgic. Like it was just cool.
Yeah.
It was just cool.
A month after starting there, he was introduced to DJ Drama at Mean Street Studio. In 2018, he would sign with Drama and Don Cannon's Atlantic Records imprint, Generation Now. He released a video for the song Sundown on the day of the announcement, which took a look back at the first time he ever did drugs.
All growing up, like I was never like into drugs or drinking. Like even all through high school, like I didn't do it. I just wasn't that intrigued. And then I remember the summer after I graduated, a big group of my friends were doing that. And it was the first thing that ever like made me like, dang, I want to do that. So one night, I just did it with them. And this is before I smoked or drank ever. It's like the first drug I ever did. It was a trip for sure.
Since then, he's released projects like Loose Confetti and Sweet Action, which peaked at number 20 on the US Billboard charts. He's also been handpicked by XXL to be part of their freshman class of 2020, meaning even bigger things are just on the horizon for this talented young man. As for the rest of his story, well, I think we're going to end this one here. After all, this is before they were famous. So what did you guys think of Jack's story? Let me know in the comments down below, and while you're at it, let me know if there's anyone else from Freshman List that you'd like to see a video for. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Now we drop a new video each and every day, so here's a recent drop that you might enjoy. We handpicked that one for you because if you like this video, you'll probably like that. We also got playlists like over here, so click on that if you want to see a whole list of a bunch of videos we've dropped in the past. And if you're new to the Fame Gang, be sure to subscribe and turn on them post notifications, and I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!